Whenever you have a business that's owned, and that business either has a lot of assets, equipment, building, property, etc., or pushes off a lot of income, a business valuation is likely needed. Otherwise, you don't really know what that is worth. You don't have any evidence to give to a judge to say that this particular business is worth $500,000, $2 million. So a judge has nothing to go on without a business valuation to decide, how do I split this as part of the divorce settlement? There are many things to look at. One of the key things is using our forensic knowledge and seeing what's running through the company that maybe shouldn't. What personal things are happening there. What things are maybe one-time events that throw the numbers off one way or the other. So you're using your analytical knowledge, you're using your investigative knowledge to understand what is the real picture of what this business is really worth or transactionally happening in the business, which is the core of the business valuation number you end up with. You're going to find something on every single one. In fact, I can't sit here and think of any valuation I've ever been involved in that didn't have adjustments to it. You quite often see the cleanup starting about a year or two before you got brought into a case. One of the first questions we ask a divorcing party is, when did the breakup begin? Because that's the time usually you see things getting cleaned up. And I want to look before that time. I want to see what was happening prior to that time so we can determine what the right numbers are. In a business valuation, you don't look at the last year. You're looking at least the last 3 to 5 years. More than likely, what was happening before things got cleaned up is what's going to happen afterwards. Sometimes parties do try to make things look worse, knowing they have to value the business. They try to create things that cause the numbers to look worse that we go looking for. I had a case last year, a physician that owned a practice. He purposely told his billing staff to stop billing a year prior to the numbers we were looking at. So all of a sudden the revenue dropped. A partner of his had left, and he was saying it was all because the partner left, his revenue dropped, and he's only making a small amount of profit now, which lowered the value of his business tremendously. Digging a little deeper, found out he was still doing the same volume of cases. They just weren't sending out the billings. They were told to stop sending the billings. That's why the revenue dropped. So that came out in court and clearly adjusted our numbers in a large way.